Hi guys, I'm Chef Charlie Carrington and today I'm going to show you some very basic knife skills that are going to start our cooking journey together. So what we're going to do is we're going to dice and slice an onion, we're going to take some seeds out of a cucumber, take the core out of this avocado, I should say the seed as well. We're going to do some julienne of carrot, some wedges and also some dice of tomato and then some diced capsicum, and also we're going to slice some of these on the angle. So first I'm going to show you how to dice and then slice an onion. So to dice an onion nicely, you want to cut a grid into it. So I'm going to put my knife like so, and I cut across, and I just sort of wiggle the knife, being super careful not to cut my hand, just like that. So this one's going to be sort of a thicker dice, so I'll do that about 3 times on this angle. So you can see there where the knife's gone in on the side, and then I come from the top, and I cut just like so, very evenly, just using my hand like a claw, so this sort of grip, and that will help me get it very nice and even. And then you can see there I've got a perfect sort of dice, so there's some squares in the onion, and all I need to do now is just cut from the top, just like that, and this is going to give us a really consistent, even sized onion. And there we are, so very nicely diced onion. Any bits that stick together, you can just sort of push them apart. And then if you want to as well, you can do exactly the same thing again with this at the end and get even more out of the onion. And then this part here, the slicing, I like to take about 3 segments of the onion at once, so I can break this onion down. I remove the core, and then I'll cut this one in half, and then I like to slice it like this. And the reason I take the middle out and then do this side is it makes it super even, so they're all going to be exactly the same sort of size and shape, and then the same with this one here. And that there is how you dice and slice an onion. So I'm going to show you how to prepare an avocado. So I take the top off, and then I put my knife in the middle and then fold the knife around the avocado like so, and until I meet up where I cut before. Twist it, and then that's how, being very careful, put your knife in, slightly turn, and that's how you get the seed out. Then the next step for this, I'm just going to show you how to slice it. So I just want to put the avocado down, and I just peel the skin off. So the skin should come off very, very easily. And that's how you get a super clean avocado. And then next I'm just going to just sort of with my knife do some very nice small cuts, and I'm just moving my fingers up as I go. And then once it is all sliced, I just lay it out like that. That's how you get a very nice even sliced avocado. So our next kitchen cutting technique is how to take the seeds out of a cucumber. So what I've got is a cucumber here. I lay it down and I just cut it directly in half. So the first way is just simply using a spoon, and I just like to sort of scrape along, starting at the top and bring it all the way down. You don't need to use too much pressure on this one, and you'll be able to just pick all those seeds out. Keeps it very nice and sort of clean in the middle. So that there is our seedless cucumber. And then the other way I like to do this is just cutting down the middle again, so into quarters. Then I just slide the knife along like so. It's a very simple way of doing it also, but it gives you a very similar result. And the reason you take the seeds out of things is so when you're using cucumber in a salad or something like that, so it's nice and fresh, you just get that firmness of the cucumber without it being sort of too soft or mushy. So just removing the seeds like so. So our next kitchen cutting technique is how to julienne a carrot. So what that means is making some matchstick-like pieces out of the carrot. So what I do, I just take the ends off and I cut it into some nice sort of pieces like this, which are very manageable, so not too long, so you can use the knife really easily. And then I like to just cut the end piece off, so you can use that for some stocks or something later. And then I take my time to really cut it into some even pieces like this. So nice and thin, try and be as even as possible with it. like so. So you just make lots of little stacks, and then don't go too high with them because it will make it harder to chop. Removing the ends again, and then I just cut along like this, letting your finger work as a guide. And there we are. So very simple little technique, moving the ends off. And this is great for when you're making a slaw or when you're making a stir fry and you want to toss them in at the end. So they're nice and even. They don't need to be cooked much at all, but they've got a really great texture and a great look. So there we are, our Julienne carrot. So next we're going to dice the capsicum. So what I do is I come across the side and just cutting it into nice sort of squares, which are easy to work with. And then just, once again, cutting across like that. And what the next step to do is to push it down flat and then run the knife inside here, taking out some of that pith. So this part here, you can use that for a sauce or use that offcut in something, but you've got the really nice piece of skin, super flat and nice and even. And then what I'll do is cut across like this. And then you've got these nice longer pieces. And then last but not least, just remove anything so it's not square. And then I'll just come across like so. And then that way you get a really nice even dice. This is quite a fine dice. This would go really well through a sauce, or they just have that, burst of colour in a salad, and very nice and even. So next we're going to show you how to cut a spring onion on the diagonal. So what I do is I remove the bottom part of the spring onion, just putting that off to the side, and then I like to cut it in half so you've got something to work with. And then using this claw style grip, I then cut, so putting my knife on the diagonal as well and lining up with the spring onion in the way I want to cut it. And then I let the knife do the work for this one, so you don't want to hear your knife sort of going like this through the spring onion, which will damage it and makes it bruised. You just want to let the knife run through like so. You should almost not even be able to hear it. And then that there is how you diagonally slice a spring onion. So really nice and quick, break them up like so. And that's a perfect garnish, or mix that through the salad, toss that through to stir fries at the end, and that they're so nice and thin. Another good way to do this as well is to soak them in some water after as well, and they'll go really nice and curly, and you'll get some of the sort of slime of the spring onion off, which will just give you that perfect spring onion bite. So I'm going to show you how to remove the core of a tomato. So we're just cutting that in half, and then putting our knife on the side. We're going to be able to just sort of cut across like this, and you'll be able to pop that core out, and that will have the tomato ready to cut in any way you like. So if you were to do that, you could then cut it into some quarters like this, so you get really nice wedges. Tomato, being a fruit, does work really well when you toss it through a salad or something like that. And then the other one will be diced. So I would slice it like this, cutting across the top, and then you lay it down flat. Do the same thing again, cutting across the top. So you've got it nice that way, then this way, and then last but not least, this way. Very nice even dice, and that will be perfect for a salsa or for cooking.